I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, vintage friends on my face. Looking like I'm from the D. D's no Cartiers. Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa, whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip. Neighborhood be the name, neighborhood no crib. Neighborhood that's me, neighborhood that's Nick. Neighborhood do the dance, neighborhood do the dip. Okay, thought I'd never make it like no way. I'm the real deal, no role play. My days off, that's no days. No, I hustle hard, young rose. E be the shooter, that's cold case. Those on the deals, that's brose. Got no pay, yo, no say. Okay, this the news, tell them read it. Been the one since a fetus. Don't sleep on me, Tempur-Pedic. That's a no, no, no. Spending dope for no reason. Got a ball head, Mr. Cleaner. Heard the big bags overseas, then we gon' go, go, go. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa, that money.
Hey, Jasmine, you kept on saying we wasn't live. We was live, yo. What's going on? Yo? We back at it again.
I know. I was literally like, are we live? I'm over here trying to triple check, make sure there's no technical difficulties. But
hey, Jasmine, well, you know, it's always great to have you in here. You know what I'm saying? I got to give you the hand clap. Let me see this on my roadcaster, Jazz. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jazz, it's so awesome because football is back. They got games. They got the college games on right now. Once we finish with this stream, we wanted to tap in here for about 30, 40 minutes because we got a lot of things going on. But Jazz, what is going on with you?
Man, it's been look, the year done went by so quick. Well, we got like 122 days left of the year. Kids, one went off to high school. Yo, trying not to have a panic attack.
Hey, look, it's so funny because, being in high school, my daughter, going into 9th grade, Jasmine, is giving me anxiety. Hey, shout out to everybody, though. What is going on? You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Maura. What's going on, Maura? Hey, Jasmine, we ain't seen Maura in a while, yo. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Eastside. Eastside's always coming in here hating, but don't worry, Eastside, because we're back, okay? The Dallas Cowboys are back. We got a lot of respect for your Houston Texans, but you got to fall back, okay? We always show you love, and we're going to continue to show you love on the JC side, but you got to simmer it down. You know what I'm saying? You understand we got talent, but we got to go out there and prove it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Jameson Taylor. What is going on? Shout out to my man John Jones. Hey, what it do, man? What is going on? But Jasmine, real quick though, you know what I mean? Because it's been so much that's been going on. Last time I've been live for my birthday, we had such a good birthday. We turned up, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get too drunk, you know what I mean? I wasn't.
We had a good time. For his birthday, we were chilling. Jay was on a fishing trip.
Hold on, let me see. I wasn't this guy right here, dog. I wasn't that guy right here, dog. You know what I'm saying? I can't be that guy. I mean, this guy gets the womp. You know what I'm saying? I can't be the guy that's getting too drunk, but at the same time, we went out there and had a good time. I went fishing. We caught a few fish. At first, we started off a little slow, Jazz. I wasn't catching many fish. I was going to go live, but I was like, man, what's the point of me going live if I ain't catching anything?
Yeah, he was a little sad about that. He was like, dang, babe, it was a flop, this fish and go. I don't know what was in the water. Nothing.
I know, right? But at first, and then we start getting hot. You know what I'm saying? So, that's always good. Let me turn on a little music, man.
There we go,
how we do in the JC Lounge. I don't got no drink on me right now, Jazz, but I feel so good about the NFL season. Just like
Are y'all ready?
Before, in the live streams that we got to go out there and prove it. Ask me if they ready, Jazz.
Are y'all ready? Put the fire signs up if y'all ready. And if you rewatching this video, put the fire signs in the comment box below. Let's get it. Dallas, baby.
Hey, man, let me see if I can turn a little bit of music on, man. Let's see.
But happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday.
Yeah, man, you live.
Everybody on the TikTok side. Shout out to everybody on the YouTube side.
Yeah, man, it's so good. And make sure you guys tap in, man. We've had so many film sessions that we've been running. just breaking these guys down, all the college players that's came in here, the new rookies, as well as the guys that was playing in preseason. It's a lot of good information, a lot of good graphics and stuff just to keep things entertaining. You guys deserve the best content, and me and Jazz is gonna give it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But first things first, we haven't been live in a little bit, and I did want to talk a little bit about CeeDee Lamb and his contract. It's so good to be able to have a guy to come in here. We know that he didn't train all throughout training camp, so he's going to have to be mindful when it comes down to injuries and stuff like that. But what this guy can be able to do for this team this season, having 1,700 yards last season, you want to keep this guy healthy. I did want this guy to be able to be here for training camp because you want to make sure that you can be able to have that chemistry once you get into the most important games. But CeeDee Lamb is the type of guy that he's a smart guy. He's a good player on and off the field. If you're one of the guys that you're working hard day in and day out, you have to pay those guys, right, Jazz? I mean, if you deserve it, hey, pay up. You know what I mean? Because the Joneses, just like I've said before, they say hashtag we love our guys. Well, if you love your guys, go out there and pay them. And I think that, what CeeDee Lamb has done all throughout his career, he has the athleticism to be one of the better wide receivers to ever play the game if he continues on what he's doing right now. So he's just going to have to get down to the little things, get in there with Dak. Brandon Cooks, we got another year with him. So I think that it can be able to work out with him. But, signing a contract like that, that's a lot of money right there, Jazz. I think his contract, it was like $136 million. Ooh. Yeah, it was bread. It was bread, Jazz. It was bread. You know what I'm saying? That's
a lot.
Hey, Jazz, what would you do with 136?
Dang. I mean, look. It is a lot of money, but nowadays, like, time is hard. Like, he better invest that.
yeah, most definitely.
Right.
Hey, shout out to my man Rev Rebel. What's going on, man? What's good?
What's happening?
Yeah, man, it's so good though, because the thing is with me, man, you want to make sure that you have these talented players.
Yeah,
guys like CeeDee Lamb, he's going to be one of the guys that's going to go out there and make a difference, but it's not going to just come down to him. Mm-hmm. All the wide receivers, the tight ends, but I think that what he can be able to do from last year, the backfield, you can run jet sweeps, 9 routes. This guy can clip the top off the defense. That's what you need when it comes down to that wide receiver position. So it's so good, man, and I think that I don't know, Jazz. I'm doing fantasy football, and I was saying that I might end up picking him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I might end up picking him. I think he's deserving of like a top 3 pick. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need out of him. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to definitely be good to see how that all plays out. But like with him, same thing with Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is another guy that has been having a good training camp, and I think that having the ability to be able to clip the top off the defense and just do all the athletic things and what Dak Prescott wants out of him, I think that he can be a big time difference maker. So it's going to be good to see what happens with all of the wide receivers as well as guys like Jalen Tolbert too. But when you do sign a player like him, we know. Let me see this real quick. Here's the contracts, right? So for 2024 season, these guys are getting paid bread, man. $39 million for this year. I don't think he's getting more as a whole versus Justin Jefferson, but for this year he's getting $39 million, and you got all of these top tier wide receivers here, even guys like Marvin Harrison. He's getting $23 million. That's crazy when it comes down to a rookie, but his skill set and what he can be able to do, I think that this guy can turn up. But Stephon Diggs, all of these guys are top tier, but when you're looking at guys like CeeDee Lamb, when you put that hard work in, when you lock in and focus, hey, that's when you get what you deserve, Jazz. You already know how that goes.
Money. There we go.
One thing with me, Jazz, I end up buying a big house. That's what I would do. End up buying a big house.
Away from everybody.
Hey, shout out to my man Skeptical Fan for becoming a member, man. Hey, yeah, man, that's my guy right there, man. Thank you so much for all the love. Yeah, he always comes through and shows love. Like, the thing is about him, he keeps it real. He's not going to get too high. He's not going to get too low. They got to go out there and prove it. So you got to have that energy when it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Shout out to my man D Shift. What's good, bro? Yeah, shout out to D Shift. Shout out to Love's Beauty. What's going on, Love's Beauty?
I've seen you before,
yeah. And Mickey's channel. Thank you so much for tapping in with us. You already know what it is. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Let me go to Morris' comment. You go ahead and read that, Jazz.
CeeDee understand the assignment. He trained hard, 136 million with a 36 million bounced.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like with him, you just got to keep adding on to what he can be able to do. Like when you see Jalen Tolbert, the good thing about a guy like Jalen Tolbert, we wanted guys like CeeDee Lamb to be at training camp, but this made Jalen Tolbert that much more of a confident player. He had more reps. So when CeeDee Lamb does get back, then you can be able to implement both of those guys. He can be confident. Brandon Cooks, this is what you need. So it was a good and it was a bad when it came down to CeeDee Lamb not being at training camp. But the progress from Jalen Tolbert, you've seen it in training camp. He didn't play throughout preseason, so that should tell you right there how much this guy has been balling out throughout training camp. But we need to see it when it comes down to the regular season. That's what it is, and that's what it's going to be, Jack.
Exactly.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Let me see. But shout out to my man D Shift, man. What's going on, man? What's good with you?
Who else is on here?
Was grateful. I think it's my first time seeing you. What's good,
welcome.
Bro? Yeah,
welcome
what's
to the
good?
fam. Make sure
Welcome.
you subscribe.
Hey, welcome, right?
Welcome. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah. I know, right? You be killing me with that, yo. But yeah, so but as far as CeeDee, man, I can't wait to see how it all plays out. I still have I got like 24 hours if I'm gonna make a decision on if I'm gonna pick him or not. You know
all right, fantasy.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to think about it.
You always think smart. One thing about Jay, his fantasy be on point. This man always makes it to the end.
Sometimes I'll be mopping out though. Sometimes let's keep it on.
Let's
keep it on. I do be mopping out sometimes, but
Yeah.
I have won. I've been a back-to-back champ a few times and stuff like that. So it's gonna get real competitive. So it's nothing better than being able to create content for the best fan base in all of sports.
Hands down.
You can watch you can be a content creator, then you can watch the Dallas Cowboys. On top of that, you can do fantasy. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing's better than it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, shout out to my man Sugar Daddy Williams. What's up, Sugar Daddy Williams?
Sugar Daddy.
What's going on, man?
Hey.
All right, let's see. My man said missing a whole month of football is going to affect you some type of way on the field. I mean, I hope not, man. We'll see. Sometimes people just got it, bro. If you have that talent, it's not just about talent though. Do you have that mental to be able to catch on early on? You know what I'm saying? And I think that with him, he has that type of that mental toughness, that mental fortitude. I think that's what they say, to be able to, get things going and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as him, it's going to be exciting to see him and Dak Prescott and what he can be able to do with all of these guys. It's so good to see him stepping up and speaking on that whole situation with him and Jerry Jones and his agent talking about his contract and stuff like that. Because I mean, hey, closed mouths don't get fed. You gotta speak up a little bit just to give them a warning, like, hey, it's not sweet. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that, with Dak Prescott, just like I was telling you, Jazz, like this guy has done so much for this organization, and it's so hard to be able to find quarterbacks in this league. So if you love your guys, the same thing with CeeDee Lamb, you got to go out there and pay them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you took it off. Thank you. Good luck. Yeah, you gotta go out there and pay your guys. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this year with him, it's going to be the same thing. He's going to have a very, very good regular season. But when we get to those gritty games, this is why you go out there and go pick up the Cooper BBs.
It's so hard to find a quarterback too. Like we gotta get him committed.
Yeah. Well, we have to commit to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we have to, because sometimes, when you get those contracts done, then you can be able to set your focus on other things like the Micah Parsons of the world.
Right.
Eventually, Jazz, Micah Parsons going to be coming up. Not yet, but, CeeDee Lamb got done. I think that they will all get done, but let's just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited. It's always good. It's always good. It's wonderful on this Saturday. Jasmine, are you cooking anything? Is there anything you're cooking?
Yes, your greedy butt always want wings, so I gotta throw it down. And then apparently, Mark Holmes makes the best Old Bay. What did they say? What did DMV and E2 Blue say?
I think
he makes the best Old Bay or Buffalo Wild Wings. I think Mark Holmes makes the best. Like
some Old Bay wings or something.
Yeah.
Like
so I was like, oh. Okay, look, let me find a good recipe like that.
yeah. Because I'll be making some good wings too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make sure the wings popping once we get to football season and stuff like that. Like it's about to be on and popping, guys. Like Sundays is gonna be the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the weather been kind of gloomy out here in the DMV, but fall season is the best. This is
Yeah,
when
big
it's not
time.
too hot, not too cold. It's just right.
Just right. Yeah.
Rooftop vibes. Rooftop vibes.
Hey, Jasmine, you're a vibe, Jasmine. You know what I'm saying?
Aw.
Even though we don't got no
You're a
drink
vibe.
today, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We went live randomly, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm will pick up. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Mara. She said, I'm excited this year. We definitely going to stop the run. Big facts, man. Man, I'm trying to tell you more. Like, it's everything when it comes down to football. Like, the good thing is when you have a Mike Zimmer coaching these guys and you have him in control of the personnel, it is imperative. Like, don't get cocky. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, you've brought guys in here. It wasn't good enough. You have to bring guys in here that can fit Mike McCarthy's scheme. You have to bring guys in here that can fit Mike Zimmer's scheme. So it's going to be good to see how it all plays out. But, stopping the run is very important. Going to my guy, Linval Joseph, right? Let me see. Hold on. Going to my guy, Linval Joseph. It's so good to be able to see a player. Hopefully you guys tapped into that film session. That was really, really fun to make.
Really good.
Really, really good on that. Very good production. What he can be able to do, just being able to be that true one technique to be able to stop the run, not allowing those guys to get to the second level, to the linebackers. You want to keep these guys kept clean. I think that with this player being 6'4", 329 pounds, I think that's what it was on my breakdown. I can't remember. It's been so much. But, being a guy that's a space eater like that, you've been a leader on and off the field. You've spent the block around the league. Not saying that he is the player that he used to be, but if he can come out there and be consistent, if you can be a leader for guys like Mozzie Smith, we know we got guys like Jordan Phillips. They have to get these guys going. But I think that if we can be able to build that toughness within the interior, it's going to make everything better for everybody else. So if you guys ain't tapped in on that film session, hopefully, you have to, man. It's big time. You know what I mean?
Don't want to miss another film session by JC Cowboys.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
Hey.
y'all.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, because it's the heart of the defense, and that's everything. And the good thing is, you have a Mike Zimmer. He gets it. He understands that. And the thing is, like, when it comes down to Mozzie Smith, not saying that he's a bum. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling this dude a bum, but because sometimes these defensive tackles, they might start picking up once you get to year 3. But you have to bring in veteran players. You have to keep nabbing at it. If you see a Mozzie Smith and he's cutting up at practice and we're getting gashed at practice, you have to pay attention to things like that when it comes down to when you're practicing, and keep nabbing at it so it won't hurt you once you get down to the important games. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
You tell him, baby.
All right. Hey, look. Hey, shout out to my man Chris Johnson. What's good? Go and read that, Jazz.
I hope we finally knock off San Fran this year. Would be huge for our momentum for the rest of the season. Zimmer got something for that Shan O'Han shiz.
Yeah, big time, bro. Hey, big time, bro. It's crazy because, like, either San Francisco, the Detroit Lions, any of those teams, even the Philadelphia Eagles, we're going to be running into those guys. We play those guys twice a year. Sometimes we might play those guys in the playoffs, but a lot of those teams that like to play bully ball, you know what I mean? And usually when you're playing that bully ball, it can open up everything for San Francisco's offense. So when you bring in additions like a Linval Joseph, like a Jordan Phillips, not saying that these guys are at their elite level right now, but when you have them on top of Micah Parsons and having an understanding of what Mike Zimmer wants, it can bring the best out of you. So it's not going to just come down to just those two guys. Like, that's not how it works. But when you implement those two with everybody that we already have, sometimes you can be bringing the force. You know what I'm saying? But they have to prove it. Those big time games, just like you said, San Francisco, it's going to be fireworks. You know what I'm saying? I think we played them in the regular season too. We played. It's a tough little schedule that's going on with us right now, but it's going to be a big time test. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to once we get to the important games, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me see. Let me go to my man. Hold on. My man said, shout out to D Shift. He said, think Zimmer can still have success against the Shanahan tree. Yeah, I believe so too. But you got to for sure mix things up. You know what I mean? He's going to have a lot of our free safeties on the move. Keep a lookout for guys like Marquise Bell, because Marquise Bell has the ability to play in the box. We've seen him playing that linebacker position. He was doing good some games. Like when you got down to the very important games, that's when he was getting washed out. But you can implement him at that free safety position, kind of sort of like how they were using Harrison Smith. Back then, we know Harrison Smith was a big time talent, but the way that they had him playing in the box, playing in the slot, you have to mix things up when it comes down to things like that. On top of the double A gap scheme that we've been talking about, all the content creators, with the linebackers hugging in between the A and B gaps, just confusing the quarterbacks. When you got the Brock Purdy's of the world and they're seeing those linebackers coming in waves, it tends to confuse the quarterbacks at times. So it's going to be some wicked looks, but when we get into these games, I'm definitely going to be breaking a lot of that stuff down as far as Mike Zimmer's defense. So.
You always breaking stuff down, Jay.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Y'all like his videos? Do y'all like JC's videos?
We trying, man. We trying, man. We taking me a million years to make it, Jazz, but it's all good, man. Production, Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Production. Hey, one thing, you know what I'm saying, as far as production, how you been feeling though? Like, with the whole gym. I know you was telling me that you was going to do something called the 75 soft.
Oh my gosh, I know.
What's
We're
all about
side topic. I'm doing something called the 75, not hard, but the 75 soft challenge. So it's like 75 days. You're locked into like 4 things of like 45 minutes of physical activity, not drinking for 75 days. You're reading 10 pages a day. So basically, by the time 75 days go by, you're going to get closer to whatever fitness and physical goals that you're trying to obtain. So, I mean, the goal is to hit every check mark every day. And then if you don't hit every check mark, you kind of fail it. So
hold on, but is this something that you're doing with somebody else? Or
so September 1st, I feel like September 1st, which is tomorrow on a Sunday, is the best time to like start any type of like goals or challenge that you're trying to come about, because it's just 75 full days. Like, starts the 1st, 75 days will land you, I think, November 14th. So that's not bad. Right before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's good,
right
man.
Before the end of the year.
Hey, but consistency is always key.
Exactly. Like right now, I dropped like 21 pounds so far. I used to be a lot smaller. I used to be like almost to the point where I was trying to compete like on the weightlifting, but then I got hit with an illness called RA.
Well, and I ain't dropped shit. Look at that. I mean, what the heck, man? I mean, Jasmine, I mean, do you want to just run laps on me or something? You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I've been focused on this YouTube. It's been catching my attention, but we all know that health is very, very important. I still eat well and stuff like that. It ain't like I've been gaining weight, but I love your consistency. Just as much as you've been consistent in that gym, I've been consistent on this YouTube trying to dish out these videos. You know what I'm saying? You
have been.
Yeah, man.
I just feel like consistency beats anything that you want to do, anything that you want to accomplish. So but
just like you always tell me, Jazz, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I get up in the morning at like 4 a.m. and Jay's like, dang, you get out the bed early. I'm like, yeah, because I really don't want to work out, but you just got to get the hardest task out the way. Let that be the first thing you do. Let that be the first thing that you just knock out, because everything else will be easier. Like once you get the hardest task out the way, everything throughout the day is going to be so much more easier, and you're going to thank yourself later.
Go ahead, read that, Jazz.
I have arthritic hip 2 RA family history. Oh, I think you did mention that in one of my videos, and I appreciate the JC fam that follows my personal YouTube page. Love is real, y'all. Love is so real.
Hey, make sure y'all follow Jasmine, Jasmine D. Jasmine DY. Yeah, make sure y'all tap in, man.
I know y'all seen it.
Look, it's crazy because look, shout out to my man Sugar Daddy. He said gotta stay active, Jazz. And one thing about the Cowboys fans, hey, y'all, the little group that we got going on, they stay active and they always show love. So Jasmine DY.
DY, that's my Chinese middle name. But oh, look, Morrison, I've lost 30 pounds. Good for you, girl. Don't you feel so much better? Like, I feel like any type of health or fitness journey should just be for the interior more so the exterior. But if you end up becoming a baddie or becoming like the it guy or the it girl, that's a bonus. So I know you feel a lot better. Like when I'm in the gym and I'll carry around like 20 pounds, I said, there's no way I was over here carrying this like normal. Like this is just like stage 1 of my fitness journey. I got 3 stages, so I'm on stage 2. So if any of you guys want to hop on September 1st, man, let's get it.
Yeah, that's what's up. So great to hear, man. So good. Health is everything, Jazz. Hey, shout out to my man Jay Bryant. He said, "Sup, JC? I need to see the first game to project what they will be over the season. There are too many players we didn't see to know for sure what they will be." Hey, man, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Right. We don't know him.
Yeah, because the thing is, that's why. But one person I just want to segue real quick. One person we did see a lot of is Cooper Beebe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, yo. Because literally, bro, I think that he played the best out of any player. And I'm about to do a film session. Y'all already know I'm coming with it. We coming with information, all that good stuff. Bro, like this guy balled out, you know what I mean? And I think that this guy completely earned his position. But back to what you were saying, like all the players that we haven't seen, the Dak Prescotts, the Brandon Cook, CeeDee Lamb just getting back, the offensive line being with Tyler Smith. So it's a lot of things that we need to see. But I am proud to see guys like Tyler Guyton going out there and being physical throughout the preseason, as well as in mini camp, training camp. This guy has been playing his butt off, but he has a big test. You know what I mean? He definitely has a big test going up against a guy like a Myles Garrett. The thing is, with a guy like Myles Garrett, he's one of those guys that love to play bully ball. It's going to be one of those litmus tests for him, but consistency is key. You got to get down to the basic things. We know that you're going to be going up against the premier rushers in the league coming at that right side. But the thing is, when you're going up against a guy like Myles Garrett, when we do end up playing him coming up in this game, you will see him at that right side. I was running some film on him. He was playing on the right side. He was playing on the left side. So Terrence Steele, he's going to get some of that. Tyler Guyton's going to get some of that. So all of these guys got to be focused, man. It's going to be good. Another year with Terrence Steele being healthy. Because last season he was coming off of that big time injury. So sometimes it can take a year to be able to get yourself together. But with him as well as Tyler Guyton, I expect big things from these guys. I mean, you pick the guy at that left tackle position. That's telling us right there that this guy can be able to go out there and make a difference. You know what I'm saying? But it won't be perfect with him. He will go through his growing pains, especially when going up against a guy like Myles Garrett. But when we playing against these guys, man, we got to pay attention to the trenches, because I think that's what's going to dictate the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jasmine, I'm loving your background, Jasmine. hey, simple it up, yo. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I'm like, where do you want me to be? Where y'all want me to be?
Yeah, kind of purple. Yeah.
Let me just get in the water real quick.
Yeah, big time. But as far as going up against a guy like a Myles Garrett, this dude is a big time bully. But I wanted these guys to be going up against the most premier pass rushers. You're already gaining confidence by picking up by competing well against Micah Parsons and having some good days. All right, now, can this translate once we get down to the big time games? And that first game with Tom Brady being the guy that's going to be he's going to be covering the game now. So, hey, let me ask y'all, what happened to Troy Aikman? Like, it's so because this, I think it's going to be on Fox. So what happened with Troy Aikman? I mean, did his contract run out or what? You know what I mean? But because I think that he's good and the other guy together. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to my guy Mo Freeman. What's good, bro? What's going on, man? My man said Guyton and BB are the future, big time, man. He's a Jaguars fan. Coming from him, shout out to you, bro. Much love to you. We got a fantasy draft coming up in our league, so I'm getting prepared for that now. But as far as guys like Cooper Beebe and Tyler Guyton, I mean, one thing with Will McClay, not sure if you know who Will McClay is, Mo, but I mean, I don't doubt him when it comes down to that offensive line. Even though you got guys that's playing at that right tackle position and you're switching them over to that left tackle position, that says a lot about a scout, bro. Because sometimes when you're playing that right tackle position, it's hard to be able to convert over to that left, because you're going to be doing everything the opposite way, and then you're going to be going up against those premier pass rushers that's running 4.3s. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm loving, hey, Jasmine, I'm loving your background, Jasmine. Hey, man, it's such a beautiful Saturday, man. I know we crept up on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah, I know. Hey, shout out to my man, Law Nation, man. hey, look, that's my dog right there. Hey, I might be doing something right if my man stop in, because I don't usually see him too much. That's my dog. That's my dog.
He's a very busy man. A very busy man.
You already know we tapping it, man, in the JC Lounge. You already know we don't got no drink, Law, but it's all good. It's all
cheers,
good.
Invisible cheers.
Oh, I got some water, Law. I got some water. You know what I'm saying? I tap in soon too, man. You already know I've been running these film sessions. You know what I'm saying? Been taking up all my time. All right, but we still doing content.
Right.
That's my man right there. All right, hey, shout out to Mojo. What's good, bro? He said Guyton looking like the newest All-Pro addition to McClay's boys. Big time. I don't want to go too far with it, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it's going to be some growing pains. We got to keep that in mind. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, you're going to be going up against the Micah Parsons in practice, a lot of these premier pass rushers, but his athleticism, what he can be able to do, getting down to the second level, all that stuff matters. But he's going to have to get down to the basic things. All throughout the year, I'm going to be breaking him down. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the guys that he's going to be going up against a lot of top tier players. So it's a lot of things that y'all need to see. You know what I'm saying? All right. But yeah, man, it's definitely going to be good. Let me go here. Oh yeah, Deron Bland too. It's so crazy about Deron Bland, man. It's so sad about that, but it's good to hear that Trayvon Diggs is doing what he got to do. Kalen Carson, shout out to the DMV. His hometown is literally like 20 minutes away from where I am now. Tons of talent coming out of the DMV. Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Diggs. You got Jordan Seaton coming out of Colorado. You got Kalen Carson. A lot of guys have came out of the DMV, and usually when they do come out the DMV, those guys turn up. You know what I mean? And I think that Kalen Carson could be something. He's rocking number 21, Cowboys Nation. What y'all think about him rocking number 21? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that comes with that. You know what I mean? But I think that, with him, he can be able to do something. You know what I'm saying? He can be able to do something. All right, let's see. He said, Cowboys talk, I'm here for it. Hey, shout out to you, man. First time seeing you. What's good, man?
Hey,
my man said, Clayton Lockhart, what's going on, buddy? He said, what up, chat? I just smashed that like button. Go Cowboys. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate the love.
But yeah, Jazz, it's so crazy how like time be flying. Just like you said, our kids going to high school. How do you really feel about that? Is it giving you anxiety?
No, I mean, like at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not gonna let these kids stress me out. Nope. Okay. If you a parent, do not let these kids stress you out, okay? Because at the end of the day, they're going to have lives like how we have our own lives. We're going to have to cut that umbilical cord, and they're going to have to keep moving. And they're going to have their own lives, their own family. So I just kept telling myself, you just got to do the best that you can. Give them the tools, and it's up to them if they take the tools and all the information that you give them, and they could either use it or abuse it. Pick one. You know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy. Cowboys Nation, I was telling my mom, I was like, Mom, it's so different being a parent in this generation versus their generation because of phone. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that they're seeing now. So you have to adapt, and you have to conversate with your children about a lot of different things earlier. You know what I mean? So it's an adjustment, but I think she's gonna rock out. You know what I mean?
I mean, we're in the world where schools are putting vape detectors in the school. Not alone metal detectors, okay? It's vape detectors. Like everything, what my kids say, everything is overly sexualized. Everything is just overly drugged. Like everything. Like it's to the point where these kids are just over it. They just want normalcy, like how we grew up. So it's tough. It's really tough for them. So if you're a parent, definitely lock in. And one thing I tell Jay all the time, we have our real 9 to 5s. We have like YouTube too. But one thing I will never do is neglect my children. I'm going to make sure that I'm there because I believe in presence over presence, if you get me. So
that's why I say, like, that's what we were talking about, like, going to the gym, doing the YouTube, gotta have balance. You know what I mean? That's why it's like, sometimes I was telling you, like, I can't, if I'm going to be able to have the best production that I want as far as videos, I can't go live as much on top of, working 10, 11 hours a day on top of being a father, a lot of things. So I have to, man, it's balanced.
It's like you really got to manage it. Like for me, when people are like, dang, Jazz, you go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, because my kids won't miss me. If I decide to go to the gym right after work, it's like they're getting 2 hours or an hour and a half without me. I got to utilize my time wisely and effectively. So that way it makes sense. I'm using my hours and minutes to the most. So that's why I just do it in the morning. Even like for Jay, like I don't want to neglect my man. If you're a lady, you don't want to neglect your man. You don't want to neglect your kids. And that's just what it is. And yourself too. Number one, yourself. You cannot neglect yourself as a woman. So make sure you take care of yourself. Period.
Yeah, big time.
Being a man or woman, don't matter. Take care of yourself first.
Facts. Hey, go ahead and read that, Jazz.
Ideal situation. Carson shows out on the outside for the first 2 months of the season, allowing Bland to play the slot upon his return.
Yeah, because the thing is with me, like with Carson, his ability to be able to play on the outside and play in the inside, that's everything. So he's going to be on the outside. I think Jordan Lewis is going to be playing that slot position. There will be growing pains. The same thing with Tyler Guyton, but I think with him, he's one of those gritty players, and I've talked about this before. You have to have short-term memory. You will get beat. Tyler Guyton, you will get beat, but what are you going to do on the next play? The short-term memory. Can you recover? Sometimes these cornerbacks, when they do get beat, they don't recover, and next thing you know, they're getting cooked. You know what I mean? So I think with Kalen Carson, he has that ability. Just getting down to the basic things. He's one of those technician type of corners. He's not the fastest guy. I believe he ran a 4.57 in his 40. He does have some good speed, but at the same time, he's one of those guys that plays with instinct. So you will see him make good plays, but he's going to have to go out there and prove it. And he's going to be out there for a while. That cornerback position, don't be surprised if we end up picking up another cornerback. They might say that they're not going to do it, but the Patrick Peterson, I think J.C. Jackson is out there. A lot of these corners, they might not have the skill set that they used to have, but when you think about Mike Zimmer's scheme, when you think about this front seven, with Linval Joseph being in here, Jordan Phillips being in here, you do not have to have the best corner. It's the same thing with Terrence Newman. When Terrence Newman left us and he went on to, I think he went to the Bengals first, but he played for the Minnesota Vikings under Zimmer. He wasn't at his top in his prime, but at the same time, when you have a good front seven, same thing with guys like what's his name, Stephon Gilmore. You know what I mean? You don't have to have the best second cornerback. You know what I mean? So it's going to be good to see how it all plays out with a guy like Kalen Carson. But I think that, he has that mental that he'll go out there and make his plays, you know what I mean, and hold it down. All right, let's see. My man said that they ain't got enough dogs in the dog pound to save the Browns chat. Cleveland going down harder than the people going through the great blizzard of 1978. Yeah, man, it's gonna be big time. They don't have, what's their other running back? Nick Chubb isn't there. They do have that other guy. I think his name is Jerome Ford. Good player, but at the same time, I think that if we can be able to establish that line of scrimmage on the defensive side as well as on the offensive side, we will be fine. Stopping guys like Amari Cooper, he's one of those guys that they might, when it comes down to Kalen Carson, that's going to be the challenge right there. You know what I mean? Or any of the rest of the corners that we got. Trayvon Diggs, a lot of those players. But at the same time, I think that, what we have as far as our linebackers and that defensive line, we can be able to tear some things up. So it's going to be challenging as far as certain position groups. But I think as a whole, what Dak Prescott can do versus a Deshaun Watson, there's going to be a point in that game where he's going to make a mistake. Not a bad player, but at the same time, you can be able to get him out the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely going to be good. But as far as all of the rookies, a lot of these guys, just like we said about Cooper Beebe, I'm really excited. Tyler Guyton, I'm really excited. If you guys have not checked out the Marist Liufau video, that was one of my favorite videos. That one blew up. He's one of the players, man. I think that he can get some burn on the field this year. Not saying that he's ready to be a starting linebacker. I don't think he's ready yet, but playing on special teams, playing in certain packages, you can be physical, you have a good IQ, and you've shown it in the preseason, you've shown it in training camp. Same thing with guys like Cooper Beebe. So this is why we go back around with saying guys like Will McClay going out there and bringing in difference makers. And, with him, don't be surprised if you see this guy. He's going to be sneaking and playing, having some certain little plays in certain packages, trying to get after the quarterback. So it's going to be good to see, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to him. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. My man said, but on to important things. What time the wings going to be ready?
By this evening. by 6 o'clock. By 6 o'clock. Yeah. No later, no earlier, no later.
Garlic Parmesan is my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Jay loves garlic Parmesan. I love me some barbecue. Like if you come to the city, mumbo sauce is everything. You can put mumbo sauce on any type of like fried chicken, anything fried or oven baked fried, mumbo sauce.
Yeah, mumbo sauce. I don't think they know the mumbo sauce. Yeah,
mumbo sauce is from the city.
We got a lot of people, from other states and stuff. Yeah, that's a DC thing. My man
If you're
said
from
garlic
another state,
parmesan.
what is your favorite sauce that y'all put on almost everything? What is your favorite sauce? I want to know. I'm curious.
Hold on, let me get you back on my bag. Okay.
I'm curious.
Yeah, my man said garlic parmesan is my favorite.
So good. So good. Especially when the chicken real crispy and crunchy, because you know when you put sauce on garlic parmesan, it gets soggy. But if the chicken cooked real right, you can still hear that crunch with that sauce.
Yeah, crisp it. Yeah, you got crisp it. Yeah, because that's the thing with me. Like with Buffalo Wild Wings, it's not crispy, bro.
No,
It's not crispy. You know what I mean? Like Jasmine, yours is
make it at home.
Yeah.
Right. You can make it at home. Now, if you like some Buffalo Wild Wings, Walmart has the Buffalo Wild Wings sauce, and you can just oven fry. Use cornstarch in your if you do oven baked chicken. Sprinkle a little cornstarch in there. The cornstarch absorbs the water from the chicken, and you're gonna have some crunchy, crispy chicken.
Right. Facts.
Remember
Hey, shout out to Jay Bryan. He said, I don't think that they pick up another corner because the scheme plays a lot of two safety looks. So Carson should have help over the top. The weaknesses are in the seams, and the linebackers will be tested. Yeah, that could be something, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is with me, like I just want them to put a sole focus on it. Like if it ain't working, just keep nabbing at it. That's my energy. You have to. They might not do it, Jay Bryant. You might be absolutely right about it, but you have to keep an open mind. Same thing with that defensive tackle that we've been talking about, Jay. With the Mozzie Smiths. You got to keep bringing guys in. If it ain't working, don't let it come down to the most important games where that cornerback position ain't right, that safety position ain't right. Even if it's a guy that's not seeing the field, bring in a veteran guy that he might be on the bench, but at the same time, if a guy end up getting hurt, you can be able to implement a guy because you don't want to be hurting once we get down to the most important games. But I think with Carson and Trayvon Diggs, these guys will be fine. And those safeties will be busy, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? The good thing is when you're looking at that safety position, when they do have quiet games, a lot of times that's always a good thing. You know what I'm saying? When you're having the quiet games because they're not getting beat. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's going to be a good one though. You know what I'm saying? To see what happens with this defense. All right, my man said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. JC Breakdowns videos are fire. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. You already know, man. I have a gorilla.
I think who is grateful is watching maybe the video. You know how like you replay the past, and because he's replying to the challenge. He's like, "How can I sign up to the challenge? The 75 soft."
Oh, what? You said how?
I don't know if he's watching it within the same time, like as of now, because he said, where can I sign up for the challenge? I think when we were talking about the 75 sauce.
Okay, yeah. See, he's probably backed up. Yeah. But
it's just kind of like you can Google it, right? 75 soft challenge tomorrow, September 1st. So you can literally see the bullet points that you have to hit every single day so you can commit yourself. But I always try to tell people, if you're just jumping into something, don't beat yourself up if you can't hit every bullet point on each day. But the goal is to hit every bullet point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, next time we go live, I can jump in and see how everybody's doing that's on the chat. So that way,
look at you, man. Look at you, man.
I genuinely like personal growth and development for people because like life is so hard that we don't really take care of ourselves as much because we're worried about taking care of other people. So like the goal is to take care of yourself, like prioritizing you for 75 days. Like you got kids, you got spouses, but take care of yourself.
Hey, you want to know what's big though, Jazz? Like, you know, you are who you hang around though. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking to people, if you're friends, because y'all like friends of mine, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are family, you know what I mean? So if you're around people with great energy, we're talking about things, sometimes you tend to start doing things too. But if you're around people that's drunks, or if you're around people that's doing the wrong things, eating up and not doing the right things, you're going to tend to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, you know, when you have a dog, you know, when you're lazy, your dog can be lazy too. You know what I'm saying? That's how that goes. So it's always good to be around people with great energy. You know what I'm saying? Got that good drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I had to personally like remove myself from a lot of people.
My man said, JC Cowboys, he said, y'all get me hungry here at the job site. My man, dog, Dad's been over here talking about wings.
Ooh, right. It's like 2:30 in the DC area. I don't know what time it is around your way.
I think Splendor, he's in Texas. I think he in Texas.
What time is it in Texas? Was it an hour behind when we were there?
Thanks. Yeah.
1 hour.
Oh, in Dallas, I think San Antonio's like 2 hours though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Where your cousin's at, Jeremy.
True.
Yeah.
He has 2:30 right now. 2:29.
Hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. You already know. Thank you so much for the love, bro. Thank you, man.
Let me tell you, Jay puts in a lot of work. Like for those who've been rocking with us since day one, like there's some original day ones who saw JC's growth into this whole YouTube game.
God, yeah.
And I had to personally drag Jay into this world because this
didn't
wasn't
wanna
his
do it.
realm. But Jay's
not
really
wanna
good. Like if you ever met him in person, Jay just be knowing his ish. Like he just know, and then people just want to hear him talk. So I was like, look, here's the perfect time to put your shine on and just hold it down.
At one point, I was like, man, I'd rather just watch Law on them. Like that's like, nah, like you be too creative. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So then after that, I just got like different. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. After I'm done with it, I'm like, did I freaking do this, bro?
Because I basically got myself out for a little bit just so I can make sure Jay's platform was really good and everything was set. Because like where he's at, that's like my original studio. But I told Jay, you can hold it down. Do
you see that, man? He said, I finally
caught up.
Yeah, he was behind. No, he was behind. Remember you said he was behind.
I did. I was looking at the chat and I was like, I think he's behind.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
Said the OGs. Yeah, the OGs. Like the people who's been there since day one. Like when Jay first started his low quality live stream.
Oh, you said who said that? You said
Revel 95.
Revel 95, the OGs. Yeah, big time. Yeah. Shoot, the first person that came into my live was Ready Red. Like the first time, because I didn't want to do live. I was like, man, I just want to create. Like I'm like, So Ready Red came in that Jones just talking to me, man. I will always remember that, bro. I will always remember that. I don't know how big this channel gonna get. We rising, but man, Ready Red was in there talking to me. I was like, dog, that's crazy. I will always remember that, bro. All right. But yeah, man, it's going to be so good, guys. Just like I said, we don't want to get too high. We don't want to get too low. We know that we have talent, guys. There's so much talent when it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys, but the chemistry matters. That is what is most important when it comes down to this. It's not always about having the best talent. We've seen so many talented teams that we've had in the past, but can these guys go out there and do it when it matters most? I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. It's so funny because I swear Jerry always gets me, bro. That's one thing about me. Like, I'm not one of those delusional fans saying we're going to win the Super Bowl, but I always think that we have a team to go out there and compete. You know what I'm saying? And when you pick up the Linval Josephs, when you pick up the Jordan Phillips late, you know, they like the bargain shop. They like the bargain shop, but when you pick late, they always find a way to win. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to my man, Sugar Daddy. Thank you so much, man. First super chat, dog. Thank you, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, dog.
Sugar Daddy's one of our OGs too, though.
Yeah, big time.
He was rocking with us in the beginning too.
I know, right? You said, missed y'all, keep grinding. Missed you too, bro. You already know what it is, man. We're going to start tapping in, though, like either Friday or Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Just to mix things up. Not just, you know, straight Cowboys football in the JC Lounge, man. Bring a drink. You know, we talk about everything. You know, we got Jazz on the show, so she's still learning the game of football. But you know, podcast, that's her world for real.
This is my realm. I know it's so funny because some people be like, "Oh yeah, you know, she just sitting in." I'm kind of like the hype man, but I be watching the games and stuff. I do too. Too.
My man said, "JC, I want to get high, not low." I know, right? Look, man, I used to turn up, bro. Man, but that junk be making me geek now, man. Talking about, he said I want to get high, right? Jasmine, you used to turn up.
Yeah, you know.
You used to turn up. But that junk be making me feel geek now.
Yeah. I thought that was like a good alternative for like my RA, but if anything, that kind of like wasn't really popping for me.
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. My man said a crazy thought, but what do you think about Osa getting high snaps at the defensive end? I think Osa has the ability to play both, but I like him at that 3 technique position. I want to see more. I might end up doing a Jordan Phillips film session. I was thinking about it, guys, but I don't want to go too far in the years with him. But we got to see, because they're talking about him playing that 3 technique position. Very powerful guy, but didn't really see, it was a big rotation that he was in. So I'm not going to just, try to, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look through that, like throughout that whole season, to be able to get all the film on him. But I think with guys like Osa, he has that ability, but I feel good about him playing that 3 technique position. Started off very well last season, but he was kind of slowed down towards the end of the season. But I think, with Mike Zimmer, we all know that if you make mistakes, he'll get you out of there. If you're not making an impact, he'll get you out of there. One of the things that I loved about him, we all know that he was a wrestler. He understands leverage. So he's one of those leverage players. So I think that, with this type of scheme, playing that 3 technique position, there will be room for him to make plays. So we got to keep an eye on Osa and see how it all plays out with him. All right, my man said, I think he will have a longer career and more stamina towards the end of the season. Yeah, I mean, they might. I don't think that, that 3 technique position is so important, bro, in the game of football, as well as the defensive ends. You got to think about it. Like Micah Parsons, now you draft a guy like Marshawn Kneeland, one of the guys that I think that can really make a difference at that left end position, being able to stop the run. Some had questions about him being able to bend, but I mean, Greg Ellis wasn't the most bendiest defensive end, and Greg Ellis being here, I'm sure that he's going to take a guy like Marshawn Kneeland under his wing and go out, what I'm saying? And I think that, he can have a pretty good season this year, what I'm saying? But with him, Oso, Digizor, all of those guys, bro, I mean, they're going to bring those guys in waves. But quick question, do y'all think that this front 7 is better than what it was last year? What I'm saying? Because, hey, bigger linebackers, you got beefier guys at that defensive tackle position, on top of being able to utilize Micah Parsons on the defensive end, at the defensive end position, the double A-gap linebacker position. I think that we can, have some wicked looks. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. Oh, shout out to my man Mike Autry. Hey, hopefully everything is going good with you and your wife, bro. Prayers to you, bro. You already know, man. Mm-hmm. What's up, bro? All right, my man said, JC, do you think we are set for the season? If not, what do you think we need? Some people are saying we might. I mean, because I like what Ryan Flournoy is doing, the guard position, center position, bro. I think that we're in good shape right now. The only thing is, I will be locked in on that cornerback position. I did talk about that. I want to see how these guys are doing, but the corner position, linebackers, I think that this team is ready to rock and roll. But health is going to be key, bro. You know what I'm saying? At this point now, it's all about buying into what Mike McCarthy and Mike Zimmer wants to do. You know what I'm saying? You have the athletes. How many more athletes do you need, bro? You know what I'm saying? They out there. They definitely out there. All right. Let's see. This was a good show, though, Jazz. This was a good show.
It was. So much for Jazz, it's only going to be 15 minutes. You're going to say what's up.
I know, right? Oh, yeah. Dang,
you be vibing.
It's so crazy because we was talking about so many different things. I almost missed it. Like, dang. Like, hey, Dalvin Cook, man. It's so crazy, man. Like, it's so wild. You ain't been on the show, Jasmine, like that. So, we get caught up into conversation.
I know.
You know what I mean? But shout out to him. I think that, with this offense, with Dak Prescott, just like I said, like, you don't have to have the best running back to be successful. If they can go out there and run a system, you're with Ezekiel Elliott. If you can utilize both of those guys, they can go out there and make a difference. Not saying that he's what he used to be, but it's good to hear about Mike Zimmer talking about how he's looking like the old Minnesota Vikings running back. Still got to go out there and prove it. But at the same time, when you do bring a talented player like a Dalvin Cook in here, it's so good because you got so many talented players everywhere else that you cannot put the sole focus on him. So at this point now, this guy he can go out there and see lighter boxes, catch balls in the perimeter, a lot of different things that he can be able to do. But not just him. Deuce Vaughn, you got Ezekiel Elliott, all of those guys. So with Dalvin Cook, getting down to the little thing, getting down to the basic things, just like with Ezekiel Elliott, holding the ball, making sure that you're not turning over the ball, utilizing Deuce Vaughn, all of those running backs. If Mike McCarthy is going to bring the best out of these players, you want to be able to utilize all of these running backs. And it's going to be good. It's going to be exciting to see what happens as far as the running backs this year. All right, let's see. My man said everything starts up front. Our line is better for running without Tyron. Yeah, everything starts up front, bro. Everything starts. I mean, you got 2 rookies there now, center, and you got a left tackle rookie. That's a big deal because those are the two most important positions. The guards are cool, but at the same time, that center is the quarterback of the defense, and that left tackle protects Dak's blind side. You know what I mean? So these guys being rookies, the good thing is when you do have a Tyler Smith there, when you do have a Zach Martin there on that offensive line right next to these guys, they can get these guys' confidence up. You know what I'm saying? So they have a game plan. They have a game plan, and it's going to be exciting to see how it all plays out. But as far as Dalvin Cook, I'm super excited to see what happens with that, y'all. I'm super excited because, like I said, I'm not caught on to going into the draft and going to go pick up a running back early on. Like, you can go, if you have the right offensive line, you can go out there and you have some productive running backs. If you guys want to check out that film session I did on Ezekiel Elliott when he played with New England, everything he did, the good plays and the bad plays. He's not the same Ezekiel Elliott, but if he comes in and did what he did last year, he'll be effective. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be good to see what happens with him.
I like what Darlene said. The first game's gonna be a tough game, but I think the Cowboys are gonna pull it out. I know, looking at the chart of who we're gonna play against. What we're playing against the Browns first, and then the Saints.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we got a lot of teams that we're gonna be playing up against this year. You know, that's why I said it's gonna be some big time tests. You know, going up against we showed the film session of Guyton and Myles Garrett and stuff like that, but not only guys like Guyton, Darlene, that's going to be going up against a Myles Garrett. You will be seeing Terrence Steele going up against them too, because he likes to, what the Cleveland Browns like to do is they like to do things, just same thing with Aaron Donald. They like to try to switch him up to where the weakest point is on the offensive line. So if you can put him on the left side, you can put him on the right side, they're going to try to utilize him that way. Sometimes they have him standing up rushing. Sometimes they had this guy running. I seen on film that they had him running stunts and coverage a little bit, not a lot, but running out to the flats and stuff like that. So they're going to have him busy. But at the same time, you know, these games, the first game of the season, I'm just glad we're not playing the Giants. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm tired of playing the New York Giants, Jasmine. We've been playing the New York Giants for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
they're whack.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's see. My man said, I hope and expect us to run the ball down the Browns' throat. Yeah, big time. They do have a good defense, though. You know, I might end up doing a film session, quick little film session. I'll probably do a quick film session on their defense, their tendencies and stuff. But a lot of things change throughout the year and stuff like that. But they still have some talented players. But, you know, when you can be able to establish the run, it changes everything. And, you know, with guys like Cooper Beebe, the video that I'm about to create for you guys, like, this dude literally was punishing people all throughout the preseason. And the same thing with Travis Frederick. Once he came to the Dallas Cowboys, it changed everything on the offensive line. So I think that we got one as far as guys like Cooper Beebe. And you can pick him in the third round. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can pick him in the third round, second round. It doesn't always got to be the first round with these players. You can find difference makers, guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be good to see. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going to turn up. All right, yeah, Jazz. So what else you got to talk about, Jazz? Anything else before we get out of here, man? You know what I'm saying?
No, but I appreciate
rapping, man.
I know. No, but I appreciate everybody tapping into our live stream. If you guys are new, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. All the replayers, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you are not. But I appreciate everybody who's been on here.
Yeah, I'm loving your background though, Jazz. I mean, you're switching it up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sprinkling. I'm sprinkling. Huh?
You got the red color too. You got all of them.
I do.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, no, I just had to show a little something because this is in my field. This is in my field. Sometimes I get lazy. If I'm on the live streams and y'all see like low quality stuff because like the setup, because I got kicked out into the kitchen. I just gotta work with something quick. So, but this is like me actually putting in some effort. All right.
All right. Shout out to my man who's grateful. He said, yes, the shoes are improved. Linebacker complete, redone, safety room stronger, defensive end stronger, defensive end to be seen. Yeah, I mean, look, man, from the defensive ends, the safeties, all of those guys, man, they got a lot stronger. Even Malik Hooker, I think that Malik Hooker can be good as far as being in this scheme. Like I said with him, sometimes you might have quiet games, but that's not always a bad thing when it comes down to that safety position. Can you keep a lid on the defense? Can you be that other quarterback on top of guys like Eric Kendricks? And the reason why I mentioned other cornerbacks coming on the team, like the Patrick Peterson, older guys, because I got a lot of respect for Eric Kendricks, bro. I think that, being a leader on and off the field, he has a good understanding of Mike Zimmer's defense. Roaming sideline to sideline, he's very physical. I think just having him alone is going to make everything better for everybody. I think it's going to be like a ripple down effect, a positive domino effect when it comes down having a guy like Eric Kendricks. You know what I mean? But having Marist Liufau on his side just to teach him the ins and outs, that's good too, because I think that he's going to be that next alpha linebacker that's going to be coming up. You know what I'm saying? So
the next star, Jay. That next star.
Next star. Jasmine, you the star, Jasmine. You the star, Jasmine.
That next star.
Hey, man, but we appreciate y'all so much. It's going to be good to see how everything happens with the Dallas Cowboys this year. We're going to be watching some college football. Yeah. We'll probably be live sometime throughout the week. Next week early on,
So September is always like football always comes around my birthdays. My birthday's September 13th, and we got games on the 8th and the 15th. So you already know it's about to be popping.
Hey man,
Virgo season.
I know Virgo
Big V. Big V.
Big V. I'm Virgo too,
right? All my Virgos watching this live stream.
I don't really be so big on that Virgo stuff though. Like, like just the horoscopes and stuff.
Quiet you are.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I know.
Virgos, Beyonce energy.
Virgos.
Beyonce.
Yeah, my man Sugar Daddy said Virgos. All right.
Virgo gang. Let's get it. This is where you dropped up. You missed the opportunity.
Right, I've been on it all day, Jazz.
There you go. Yeah. Virgo, stand up.
Virgo, stand up. Yo, Virgo. All right. Hey, shout out to Mike. He said, I hope they use Deuce more this year, and I hope he goes off and like my son says, Deuce release the juice. Hey, big time, bro. Fast, bro. Fast, bro. That's why I say with me, not only are you utilizing the Dalvin Cook and a Ezekiel Elliott, but you have to be able to implement Deuce as well, because this guy is so short. Shout out to DP Johnson. What's good, man?
Everybody, look, Aquarius is here, Scorpios, Caps, look, shout out to the Sagittarius.
I know, right? Yeah, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. But it's crazy though, bro, with Deuce, man, because just being a guy that's so short and playing that linebacker position. When I played in high school, one thing I hated was playing against short players like that, kind of like Maurice Jones-Drew. He's shorter than Maurice Jones-Drew, but he reminds me of that, like a player like that that's so low center of gravity, and you can be able to cut on a dime. Like, you have to bring in a guy like that, and not only being able to guy that can run in between the tackles. You don't want him blocking because he ain't that big, but a guy that can be able to catch in the perimeter. Jazz, I think he's like 5'5". Yeah, the running back we have, he's really, really short. But usually when you have a player that's short like that in the NFL or in basketball, they're very quick. You know what I'm saying? So, that's his advantage. So,
Gonzalez.
Hopefully Mike McCarthy could be able to utilize him once we get to these games, because he's the guy that get chunk plays. And if you want to keep the playbook opened up, make sure you put this guy in the game. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy though, guys, because once we get to the games, like the how could you say it? The adrenaline be up so high, it be so much going on that you don't even think about putting Deuce Vaughn in. That's how it usually happens, because same thing with Tony Pollard one year, where they said that they wanted him playing that wide receiver position. When you get to those games, sometimes that adrenaline, you don't even get to it. You know what I mean? So you got to keep that in mind to utilize guys like Deuce Vaughn, because if you can do that, that can be able to keep the whole playbook up with those chunk plays. So. All right, man. Hey, shout out to the Scorpios. Shout out to the Capricorns.
Hold on.
I see them all on here.
I know. He said, why you had to be a Virgo? Me and Jay are both Virgos. We're like
a fly in here right now.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Me and Jay are like 3 weeks apart. We're 3 weeks apart.
3 weeks, man. I'm getting
Virgos go together.
Man, I'm getting old as hell, dog.
Jay older than me. JC's older than me. That's how I was joking around with him.
Yeah, I just turned 37, man, but I feel 27 though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so weird nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
37.
Hey, shout out to Tate Cowboys. Tate. Hey, Tate, man. Hey, listen, Tate. I ain't seen you in a long time, Tate. Where you been at, Tate? Where you been at? It's so weird because every live stream, for some reason, I don't know if you blocked me or something, Tay. I don't know what happened accidentally, but every other live stream, I never see your comments. So weird. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. My man said I called balls. I play several running back. Okay. In high school at 5A level who were 5'6", 5'8", and ran 4'4", 4'5", 40 second for 40 times and 10 second in the hundreds. That's hell to find behind a wall of the offensive line. Big time, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's so hard to be able to stop those players that's so short like that with a low center of gravity. You can run behind your pads. I don't like tackling. I never like tackling those guys. You know what I mean? So I think that if Mike McCarthy understands that, you have to utilize him. Every time he gets out on the field, he's making those Barry Sanders moves. Let's keep it honest. Let's keep it very 100 right now. He's juking people out of their cleats, bro. You know what I mean? So you have to utilize them.
I'm watching the chat. The chat's funny.
I didn't block you ever. You can't block me. You can't block JC, man. I don't know what I did, man. What did I do? Tay, what did I do? It hurt my heart, Tay. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Tay. It was supposed to be a connection here. Like, I know something probably went wrong. You already know how YouTube is. You already know. But yeah, man, this was really fun, man. I appreciate y'all so much, Jazz. And hopefully, you keep tapping in with me, Jazz. Remember, you told me
I'm here. I said, look, I told him that I will be on here every Friday. I was like, look, babe, I gotta probably, jump in late or something because I work on Fridays, but Shawty gonna show face.
Yeah, big time. Guys, show face, man. It's all good, man. Thank y'all so much, Cowboys Nation.
We love
Hopefully
y'all.
y'all have a great rest of the weekend, man. This is the times you got to live within the moment, man. These are the best times. I'm about to get off of here and get back to this film. Y'all already know, man. We got a lot of work to do, but I'm going to be kicking back, watch a little bit of college football, probably play the game a little bit. I've been dominating the game. Let's see. She said, I tried. Sorry, Jazz. She said, I tried everything. I don't know what happened, JC. Yeah, that was so weird. I don't know what happened with that either, but you already know. It's good to see you tap in. But
technical difficulties.
Yeah. Make sure y'all hit that like button on me. They be hating on me when it come down to these live streams. So make sure y'all smash that like button so we can beat this algorithm. I appreciate y'all so much. Chalk them up, Jazz.
Gone. Gone.
Hey, you already know. Hey, y'all say gone real quick. All right, y'all. Gone.